You know, I don't know if I feel well enough to do an intro this week.
Well, we can skip it. You want me to just start up the show?
Attention, sleepless nights. Thank you for consuming this.
No. This is the hallmark of the restart. Okay, we can't skip out 4 episodes in. Aaron just installed some new AU software into ABBAKISS. Okay, you can input a prompt from one of our patrons.
Does Tron go to Patreon?
God, I hope so. Anyway, one of our patrons put a prompt in from one of those guys and just see what we can just lazily rip off and call a show.
Okay, but you lost me on AU. Australia what?
Huh?
You said Aaron put something in from Australia into ABBAKISS. What did he put in there?
No, Paul. Not Australia. AU. Artificial Unintelligence.
So is that from Australia? Will it say things like crikey and boomerang and didgeridoo and Foster's?
No. Well, it might say those things, but not because it's from Australia. It's not from Australia. It's A period U period. AU.
Well, then where did you get it from? Where's it from?
DE.
Oh, so you got it from Delaware.
No. Not that DE. The other one, Germany.
So you say this, air quotes, AU runs off of Heineken instead of Foster's?
You know, I don't even know why we need artificial unintelligence, because we've got plenty of unintelligence right here in the studio.
Aaron, are you going to take this BS from him?
It's not BS, it's AU. All right. So let's try Ben Dale's suggestion as a prompt. Listen to this. You've heard of Die Hard in a building. Die Hard in an airport. Die Harder. Die Hard on a boat. Under siege. Die Hard on a bus. The bus that wouldn't slow down. But no one's ever seen Die Hard in a podcast. See, now that sounds fun. I bet you AU could do something with that. Ben Dale, though, that kind of sounds fake. That's got to be AU generated.
The way this intro sounds, it all sounds like it's been written by AI. Mm-hmm. All right, it's all been entered. Gal, can you emulate this in 3, 2, 1?
Okay. Title, Die Hard on a podcast. Written by AU. It's already taken credit.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Well, I don't know how it's written. You might not want credit on that. I think we want it as AU, right?
We probably don't want to put our names on this. This is in brackets. Theme music plays, but it's oddly distorted. Sounds like a MIDI version played by a dying keyboard.
Now, is that in the budget? Do we have the budget for this?
I don't know.
That sounds too upscale.
It's already writing above our ability.
It's writing way above our pay grade. So I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can come up with.
Let's see. And then I say, greetings, sleepless nights. Welcome to the pODDcast. Oh, got the branding.
Wow.
Right.
Yeah.
The only podcast where we stay up late and suffer for your entertainment. I'm, of course, your cinema insomniac, Mr. Lobo. Wow, I wouldn't say it exactly like that.
I've heard worse. Some of the prompts were like, "Howdy ho, I'm Mr. Lobo," and I don't think you've ever said any of those phrases ever.
No.
At least Cinema Insomniac is still on brand.
Kind of on.
It knows. I didn't prompt it for Cinema Insomnia, so it knows what Cinema Insomnia is.
It figured it out. It must listen to everything. Right?
It knows who you are.
Ooh, that's kind of chilling. Okay.
So should this thing even be recording? Should I be recording any of this stuff? Are we going to put it in?
Yeah, this is the show. We were recording it right now.
So this is recording?
Yeah, this is recording.
All right. Well, maybe we should move on.
So let's just move on.
Okay.
And then it actually has awkward pause, random cough. Good job.
Thank you.
And then you say, hey.
Wait, shouldn't I say what I say? Let me say what I say.
Okay, you say what you say.
Okay, then I say, oh, hey. is this thing recording?
Wow.
Ooh.
Oh, and then I say, hey, yes, Paul, it's been recording the whole time. Oh, boy, that's
ouch. Weird. How did it know?
Wow.
It knew we were going to derail.
Oh, that's scary. I don't know if I like that. That's a little on the nose. And then Paul, then you say, that's right. Yeah. You say what you say.
Right. Why do we keep calling artificial intelligence AU? Isn't that like Australia?
Isn't that what you said in the cold open?
I have a feeling. Did ABBAKISS listen to us during the cold open? Is that?
I hope so, because that's actually really weird. And then this one, then I say, no, Paul, AU is artificial unintelligence. It's what happens when poorly programmed machines try to write content.
Looks like you're off the hook, Aaron.
But don't leave town. Okay.
Okay, but why AU? Shouldn't it be AI?
The AU comes from DE. Wow. The AU comes from DE. Amazing.
Wait, what? I feel like the AU wrote this better than how we did this earlier.
Yeah.
This plays out a little bit better. This is more of the...
it gets right to the point.
The Three Stooges kind of.
Yeah, right. Or Abbott Costello, maybe.
Laurel and Hardy.
Yeah, Marx Brothers.
Sure.
You say,
wait, what?
Mm-hmm. And I say, DE is in Germany, not DE is in Delaware.
Well, I'm more confused now.
Good. That means it's working. And then the theme music plays again, but somehow worse. I'm glad we're printing all this out. I am tired of looking at stuff on screens, Paul.
Speak for yourself. I mean,
I got a paper cut.
I just touched the screen and it's there. Ow, it shocked me.
Okay, all right, let's get into this.
All right.
Segment 1. Okay, so this is Die Hard on a podcast. Okay, that's what it says.
Okay.
And then the first bullet point, Mr. Lobo, that's me. I'll be me, and I'll read what I'll say. And then
no, wait. But it's Mr. Lobo's colon. Shouldn't it be talking out the
okay,
other
I'm
end?
taking my pants down. No, that's your shtick. Is
okay.
To be pantsless. No, I'm this is
all
not
right.
This is the punctuation is a colon, not anything else. So this is Mr. Lobo, okay, and that's me. So again, I'll read what I say and then you read what you say. Okay?
Sounds great.
Tonight's episode is written by AU, our very own artificial unintelligence. And it thought that Die Hard should happen on a podcast.
All right, so this totally confirms that Ben Dale is AU because it's taking credit.
First of all,
it said it wrote it, not him.
That's true.
It said him wrote it. It didn't say it was from a prompt from Ben Dale.
I think you're onto something because first of all, that name is fake as.
I had to bleep that.
Yes, and that is not a real name. Ben Dale. Those are like two first names.
Right.
Right. That's like if your name was like Bob John.
Right.
His
last name should be Dover. Ben Dover.
Oh God. Paul.
All right. Should I get back into this?
It's all about butt stuff with you. I just don't understand. Okay.
Butt stuff. All right. Feed me that last line. But Die Hard should happen.
Okay. Die Hard should happen on a podcast.
Like the action movie? But we're just sitting here talking.
Exactly. Picture it, Paul. We're recording. And then suddenly, evil terrorists take over the podcast.
But who are the terrorists?
Terrorists, yeah. I don't know. AU didn't say. It just keeps calling them bad mans with guns.
You say bad mans.
That's what it says, bad mans.
No, bad mans. No, bad mans.
Oh, God. Shut the funk up.
Bad mans podcast.
Oh, God. That is unbelievable.
Oh, great. That's helpful.
How is a computer, I guess we told it that we wanted it to be self-effacing somehow.
I guess.
And it's doing a bad job on purpose? It's making fun of itself?
Is it doing a bad job on purpose, or is it just doing a bad job? Is the problem.
That's the thing. This is something that Philip K. Dick needs to explain to us. Like this is an android dreaming of electric stupidity. It's the whole point of it is that we're making fun of AI and that everything it does isn't very good, but yet somehow it understands that and is playing to the humor of it doing some things incorrectly.
Like it knows it does things incorrectly. It's just going to do incorrectly, and then it's going to make fun of itself being incorrect.
Wow, it's
listened to the podcast.
It has. We've trained it to be self-effacing.
I mean, I didn't prompt it to listen to the podcast, but I think this might be one of our 7 fans. This might be one of our 7 listeners on YouTube.
Yeah, AU has been scraping this show. It's one of our viewers. That makes sense. Maybe a supporter. Who knows?
All right. So you said bad mans with guns. So my line is, well, great. That's helpful.
And apparently, Paul, I'm the John McClane character, which makes sense. I mean, I am the rugged, virile hero type.
And what does that make me?
Well, the script says you're the talking clown sidekick.
I don't like that.
No?
I don't like that.
All right. Well,
I'm pretty sure that it still listens to the. I'm already the talking clown sidekick. I should have a better role. I should be moving up, not staying on the same plane.
I don't like that either. But the AU rather insists. So. And it's funny because it says all of that here. It says you don't like it. It says neither do I. The AU insists. Yeah. So somehow it just knows what we're.
It knows that I'm going to object to it because I know it knows that it's a lateral move for me.
What was that? Oh my gosh! It blew out my ears.
Was that an explosion?
Yes. It says right here, loud, poorly edited sound effect of an explosion. It actually says that. So
can it just be gas? Can I just put a fart in there?
No, please don't.
Can I put a fart here?
No, it's got to be because the reason there's an explosion is because that's how the terrorists bust into the audio waves.
But that's not how podcasts work.
Tell that to the AU, Paul. Tell that to the AU.
Have a very Merry Christmas.
So your lady live out here?
About the past 6 months.
Why'd you come with her, man? What's up?
Because I'm a New York cop. Can't just pick up and go that easy.
John, I missed you.
You can walk out of here or be carried out, but have no illusions. We are in charge.
Think, damn it, think.
We've got a fire alarm. I thought I told all of you I want radio silence.
Sorry, I didn't get that message.
Mayday, terrorists have seized the Nakatomi Plaza.
This channel is reserved for emergency calls only.
Do I sound like I'm ordering a pizza?
Possible crane call. Check the area and confirm.
No signs of disturbance, dispatch.
Welcome to the party, pal!
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Yippee-ki-yay. You hang in there. Come out to the coast, we'll get together, have a few laughs.
Wow, this is so weird, Paul. Like, we're usually up our own ass, but this is so far up our own ass, and it's not even us. It's like, what is that called when you get, when they send the probe up your ass? The colonoscopy, perhaps? I don't know. Is there like a camera that they put
Are you still
up there?
talking from your colon? Is that are we tying this back to segment 1? Is that why you went there?
No, but it's really, it is really eerie. You know, you've heard about this thing about AI, and people are like, my thing I always say about AI is that it doesn't really care about the outcome. It's just guessing. It's just a good guesser, and it only knows what we know. And so it's looking at everything, obviously looking at everything we've done, and kind of finding the halfway point of it, or the midway point of all of it, and taking a guess at what we might do. And the thing that drives me crazy, like with spell check, or when you're sending a message with your phone, you always complain about this all the time, right?
Yeah, because I never say ducking. Never, ever, ever. It has never been ducking. It never was ducking. It never will be ducking.
So you weren't telling me to go duck myself?
No, I wasn't.
Yeah?
Because that's just quackers.
That wasn't duck off.
No, it wasn't duck off.
Jesus. Oh, God. See, what's interesting is, like, for me, it's the opposite, because I'm never combative. I try not to be combative, and I don't swear a whole lot. But it's always like, the way I justify it is I feel like it's trying to be more human. It's examining conversations. Humans make mistakes. Humans mess up. Humans are combative, And I feel like it's trying to fix the conversation by putting more mistakes in it and making it more combative, because that's what humans do, and it's trying to be like us. So, like, when I'll write something like, hope you're doing fine. And then all of a sudden, just as I'm pressing the send button, it'll be like, hope you die in a fire. No! and so you gotta and then you're like trying to explain. It's like, no, this is spell check or spell check. Yeah, right. Autocorrect. So it gets you into trouble all the time, and it's like it's always wrong, and it's like, why does it keep changing? I mean, there's things that I say like all the time, like cinema, insomnia, and then it'll be like cinnamon sodomy. It's like, I write this like 100 times in a day. You can't figure out that this is a thing I always need to say.
Maybe that's something. Maybe that's a highly searched term. Cinnamon insomnia.
Cinnamon sodomy.
Cinnamon sodomy.
I don't want to see what that pulls up.
I'm afraid. Should we put dark mode up before we before we look that up?
You got to go on the dark web for cinnamon sodomy.
Do you ever notice the thing where like spell check just gives up on you and it's like, you're going to spell this wrong every time, I'm just going to leave it wrong, and just like, or when you do spell it right, it changes it to the wrong, to how you've been typing it improper way.
Right, exactly. Yeah, it changes it to the wrong way. Yes, I have.
Or it underlines it where it's like, oh, there's something wrong here, and you click on it and there's no suggestions whatsoever on how to fix it.
Gives you no suggestions whatsoever. Yeah,
I just want to know how to spell the.
Yeah. And sometimes too, it'll underline like 2 words or 3 words together. It's like, are you trying to create a portmanteau between all of these words? Like, why do is it maybe that's a grammar thing where it's telling you that these 3 words don't?
Right, it's probably saying something where you might need to restructure your sentence.
Restructure the sentence, yeah, because that's usually end up.
I usually see like a red line and a blue line, and I think the blue line is misspelled and red line is grammar.
Grammatical. Oh God.
And I don't know what the underlined circle means, but it's important, I guess.
And underline. Another one is Monster Palooza. It'll be like Mr. Palooza. I'm like, who is Mr. Palooza?
Dear Mr. Palooza.
Mr. Palooza, can you help me with this?
Oh, bother.
No, I just like, it's like, what is this word Palooza? That's not even a thing. I don't even know if that's even a name. It's like, I wrote Monster Palooza so many times, it can't interpret that. It can't figure that out. So anyway, that's my gripe.
Yeah, and I think ABBAKISS finally printed up our segment 2. It's just coming out of the printer there. So
hot off the presses. Look at this.
Hot on my screen.
Hot off your screen. You will warm your hands on that screen. Yeah. So this is
cancer.
Here we go. Segment 2.
That's it.
That's usually after segment 1.
Right.
Mm-hmm. Before segment 3.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Got it. So this segment is called.
If you've gone to segment 4, you went too far. You got to come back.
5 is right out.
Yes. If you went to 4, divide it by half.
2. Okay.
Just only read half of segment 4 and we'll be done. It'll become segment 2. I'll stop now. Maybe.
Please do.
One more. No, I got nothing.
Are you done yet?
No,
okay.
I
got nothing. Okay.
The AU glitch.
So the first thing isn't even words. It says it's brackets. It says random static noises. Okay, so
this could be fun.
Paul survived the jump. Will he ever make it home? Stay tuned next week.
dinner feels like.
Come in, Tokyo.
Release the death ray.
All sharks, all the time.
That's enough of random static noises?
Yeah, sure.
I guess in this segment, I'll say what I say and you say what you say.
It's worked for us so far.
Yeah, if you call it working.
Yes, 7 and or 10 years, and it's kind of worked, maybe.
Uh-oh. Looks like the AU is glitching, Paul.
Well, what does that mean?
It means things are going to get weird. They're going to get weird? I feel like they've been weird the whole time. Okay, it means things are going to get weird.
What the heck is happening to my boys?
This is really so weird here. I want to just break this down for a second. So this is Paul Cohen, and it literally like is randomly like capitalizing words in the middle of all of...
Before we get to this, well, you can't see it because you're not looking at a computer screen. I'm looking at a computer screen. We were just talking about the blue underline.
Yeah.
Auto-tune is underlined. It had misspelled it, and it underlined itself. Auto-tune is not recognized as a word, probably because there's supposed to be a space between it, maybe?
Wow. So it knew enough to use the word
auto-tune
and to know that it was misspelled, but not to fix it. So in the word what, like the W is capitalized, but then the A is capitalized. In the word the H is capitalized. In the word heck, the E is capitalized. In the word is, the S is, how do you even pronounce that? How are we supposed to pronounce these randomly? It knows that something's weird happening to your voice. It knows to show you that it's weird by randomly capitalizing letters in the middle of what you're saying.
And unlike what I just pointed out before, none of that's underlined whatsoever, even though it's grammarly,
incorrect.
It's not right.
Yeah, no, it's randomly and grammatically incorrect. But somehow all of these it knows that that's going to prompt you to read it weird.
I mean, is that anytime you write in auto-tune? You know, air quotes auto-tune, is that how you're supposed to type? Is that how the AI knows that it's auto-tune?
AI knows that this is an auto-tune piece of dialogue. And then I say, AU is rewriting the podcast in real time.
Oh, please make it stop!
I thought Krang was the way to go. I think that Krang was totally... Should I try that again?
Yeah.
Make it stop!
You know how he drops? Wait, that was too high.
Yeah.
Make it stop!
And then it says, wow. It says random robot voice interrupts.
All right, did it write itself into the script? I did not prompt it to write itself into the script, and it has become a part of the show.
It's taking over. Everybody wants to get in on the act. It says, so the AU now is saying...
Working, standby, rewriting, working, standby, rewriting, working, standby, rewriting. Bad mans with guns is now bad clowns with pies.
Bad mans with guns is now bad clowns with pies. Rewriting. That's what it wrote for itself to say. Oh my God.
Wait, aren't I the clown? So does that mean that I'm the terrorist now?
Clowns are funny, right? So it's just whenever it chokes, it's going to just put a clown.
Is that how this works? You're John McClane, all right? Pictures. You're John McClane. I am your clown friend.
Weird clown friend, and then suddenly the terrorist.
I'm the terrorist. So I'm the leader. So your friend is the terrorist leader.
So this is like
your co-host.
This is the plot twist, right?
Dun dun dun.
Yep. So,
although the next line does that throws that out the window.
It does. So then I say, wait, what? And then sound effect of pies being thrown, but it's just squishy noises.
It probably knows that you can't make a sound of a pie. I guess you would have to have the whoosh sound. The whoosh.
It's weird that it's smart enough to know that these aren't going to be sounds of people throwing pies, but if you add a bunch of squishy noises, people will understand after you say clowns with pies, the addition of squishy noises will sell that. Right?
Mm-hmm.
So it's interesting that it suggests the technique to use to sell the pie fight.
Right.
That's remarkable.
But why are we fighting clowns now?
Because the AI told us to, right? Oh, no, wait. Oh, you actually say that. You're not saying that.
No, I was reading
in real life.
Yes,
You're reading
No,
it.
I was reading it.
So Paul says, why are we fighting clowns now? And then my answer is, because AU is malfunctioning. It's turning the episode into whatever this is.
The
best line. Gives itself
the best line.
Gives itself the best line. Wow.
God.
AU says,
Working, stand by, working, stand by. Your PKA, pie enthusiast.
That should be on merch. We need a shirt.
we need a shirt. Printful is going to make it.
Yippee-ki-yay, pie enthusiast -AU.
Oh, wow. You know what?
AU from DE, but not Delaware.
If we recorded this yesterday, we would have recorded it on Pi Day, Paul.
Oh, boy.
Wow. And then, you know what it says for the next bullet point?
I hate this.
No, wait. It says silence first.
So I still hate this.
It wrote in a pause, and then you say,
I hate this.
Yeah, which is amazing because
it knows I'm your wet blanket.
It knows what you would say. This is like the best fortune teller I've ever seen. Wow, Paul, I am going to have to go lie down out in the grass or something after this.
Or at least virtually you should lie out in the grass.
Let's take some time out to process this. Sleepless Nights podcast with AU. We'll be right back.
Yeah, I just can't compute on this.
We thank you one and all and wish you a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year.
It's Christmas Eve in L.A. But a team of
bad mans with guns?
Want money? What kind of
bad mans?
Are you? Who said we were
bad mans?
Have their own holiday plans.
And I'm telling you, you're just going to have to kill me.
Okay. We do it the hard way.
But the one thing they didn't plan on was New York cop John McClane.
Got invited to the Christmas party by mistake. Who knew?
Do you really think you have a chance against us, Mr. Cowboy?
Your PKA, pie enthusiast.
Bruce Willis. Die Hard.
God, I'm having an existential crisis. I don't even know what's real anymore.
I mean, I feel a little lost because this was supposed to be an assistant. Like, it just gives us bullet points.
Yeah.
And then we just like, oh, yeah, we'll pick and choose, and then we'll write this ourselves. But this is almost too perfect for us to rewrite.
Yeah, it doesn't give us a lot of room to do a whole lot. And the stuff that it's suggesting is stuff that we would actually do, which is actually kind
Creepy.
of upsetting and makes me feel worthless. It's weird, like on the one hand, it like kind of sucks, but on the other hand, it's too good.
Right. On one hand, it's our level of suck. And on the other hand, it's too good to be our level of suck.
Yeah. So I'm kind of eager to know what it's going to do next, you know, because we're leading up to the, this would be like the third act, right?
Right.
So we're leading up to the climax. And so,
well, I mean, technically, this would be the second. I mean, we do our show in fourths.
Oh, yeah.
Movies are in thirds, so
Right.
the third act would be the finale. So this would be the lead up to the third act, technically.
Right. But I mean, there's all this stuff that's going to happen. Like he's got to rappel down the side of the building.
The helicopters has to explode into
helicopter has to explode. Right. The confrontation with the Hans Gruber. Right.
Or Hans' brother, if you're going with the sequel.
Oh yeah, right.
Who's in the third one?
Hans' other brother.
Hans' other brother.
Yeah.
And in the fourth one is his other
Did
brother.
Hans shoot first?
Hans shoots
McClunky.
McClunky. And what about the one on the bus?
The one on the bus.
Is his stepbrother?
Does he just like fall out the back window of the bus?
No. Slow motion.
No, he doesn't have exact change, so they just push him out the front. The front automatic door.
Is that what Keanu Reeves was like? You need exact change.
Yeah,
Kicks
yeah,
him,
and he kicks him.
out.
Yeah, exactly. He pulls the lever.
For Sparta!
Yeah.
I've never seen that movie.
So
I'll have to watch it later.
So all of that has to happen. So that's kind of exciting, and we didn't have to write any of it. So that's also exciting.
Yeah.
We get to enjoy it along with everybody else.
And we get to see this build up in the pre-resolution. And I guess because then we get to segment 4, and then it's the resolution, and just
right,
our heads will explode.
Right. Yeah. I mean, we're only on segment 3. I can't even imagine what we're going to be into by the time we get to segment 4. So here we go. All right.
Fresh off the press.
Is ABBAKISS printing this up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. There we go.
Here it is. So this is segment 3.
Final showdown.
Final showdown. Paul, why are you doing so bad?
Because I don't want the High Council to copyright this.
Paul,
this has been so good so far. I don't need it to be pulled off.
No, the High Council of human consumption is not going to. You couldn't do it well enough for it to detect that you were doing the song in the first place.
I don't know. It detected well enough to write a good script. Maybe the High Council employs the same AU.
Oh no!
So we have to
all right.
Sing it a little bit.
I just feel like it's a little bit grating, but all right. Oh, the weather outside is frightful, but inside it's so delightful. But as long as let it snow, let it snow, let it snow. Right, that's the end of Die Hard, right? Okay,
gotta keep it on brand.
So okay, so wow, I said okay, and then the first thing it has me say is okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. It knows. It knows me.
Okay.
So it says. Oh yeah, I just read that. Okay. AU says this is the final fight scene of the podcast. Oh, sorry. We don't have to do all that again.
Yeah. So how do you fight on a podcast? It's just audio.
And then AU says.
Insert sound effects a dramatic punch. Insert sound effects of glass breaking.
Oh, and then there's silence.
How long?
How much? It doesn't say how much silence. And then you have a line.
That's not. Nothing happened.
AU also says that I have to climb an air vent for dramatic exit.
But we don't have an air vent in here.
No, we don't.
I mean, I don't think that would be very safe either
No.
if we did have an air vent. I don't think I'd put you in the air vent right before the
wait,
live
the
stream,
AU says.
Climb now. Climb or be clown pie.
This is so ducking dumb.
So then it says, sound of someone lightly tapping table pretending it's action. There, I did it. I climbed. Oh, okay, wait, hold on. This is me climbing in the air vent?
I guess.
Oh, that doesn't sound like.
Not
Hold on.
really.
Let me pick up this.
Maybe
light.
if we had a metal table. There you go. It's a little closer.
What, am I kicking my legs?
It sounds like squirrels on a tin roof. It's not really an air vent.
Or hail, maybe? Hail on a tin roof? Doesn't sound like climbing in an airport. But anyhow, I'm supposed to be doing it badly anyway. So I'm doing this, and I'm like, there, I did it. I climbed. And then AU says...
Working. Stand by. Working.
Serious?
Stand by. Working.
AU
Stand
says-
by. Ending confirmed. Insert credits.
There's no other page after that. That's the last page?
Paul, go ahead and read what it says.
It's exactly what... I don't have to read what it says. Exactly what I'm thinking. It's like, wait, what happened to the terrorists? I mean the clowns.
Deleted for time.
That is not how stories work! Where's the build-up?
In the script, I'm mad. We're mad in the script because they cheaped out and did a fake out ending. And I'm mad in real life that they cheaped out and did a fake out ending.
I feel like the AU only watched Die Hard halfway through and said that's it, and he thinks that it ends with John McClane in the air vents.
Can you
and that's
blame it? It's you know what it is? It's like they had. It's like when you have a book report and like you don't read the book.
It's the cliff notes.
And you only know a couple of things, and maybe you saw the movie once.
No, it's all the trailer.
The trailer, yes, exactly.
I'm sure that scene's in the trailer.
Right,
that's it.
Exactly. He saw the trailer and just kind of like, okay, climbs around in an air vent, and there's terrorists and there's bad guys, and that's it.
So what happened to the whole like build up? Where's the fight scene with the Austrian? John McClane, and I can't remember what's his name. Isn't he he was a singer, wasn't he?
Yeah.
It wasn't Hans. It was the guy that was underneath Hans. The blonde guy. And it was that whole build up with that fight scene with him.
I'm having a mental crisis right now because I'm thinking about everything that's transpired with this, and like, we were supposed to embellish on this, and we completely let this thing do it for us. And it did a garbage job, but it did our garbage job for us. And now I feel totally dependent upon it. Like, now that it's over, it's like, well, what happens now? I mean, we did like hundreds of hours of this show without AI, and now suddenly it's this crutch where it's like, okay, well, what do we do now?
And it made itself a character, so now it has to reoccur. We have to bring it back. It's like Mr. Lopez and the Pantsless Decoy and a lot of the other characters and Miss Mittens Kong.
It's like we had a crappy show, and then now we have a crappy show, and we don't even get the fun of making the crappy show. It just made it for us. And now we're just like slaves.
It was a crappy show, but it was our crap.
It was our crap. Yeah.
But it was better than our crap. So it wasn't our crap. It was crap that was better. AI wrote a better crappy show than we ever wrote.
Certainly, somehow authentically crappier. I feel weird, Paul. This is like I said, I am having an existential crisis because I feel like I've stolen something from myself in doing this. Well, I feel dumber for doing this.
I mean, the thing is how lazy do you feel considering we're like, oh, let's just give it to the patrons. We'll let the patrons give us ideas, and then we'll glom off of them. And we get stuff from the patrons, and we're like, let's input that on AI. And now we're twice as stupid. We're double lazy.
How do we even justify...
Thanks a lot, Ben Dale, if you're real.
If you're even real. How do we even justify having a show if, one, we can't come up with any ideas, two, we give those ideas to a machine to do a better version of our crappiness than ourselves? I'm going to be in a dark depression for 2 months. That's my plan.
What happens if the AI gets smart enough?
I've never drank in my life, but I'm actually thinking of becoming an alcoholic because of this.
Some what Schlitz?
Some Heineken.
Some Heineken?
Yeah.
Some Heineken? Some Fosters? Australians love it when you say that they drink Fosters. I'll tell you that right now.
I'm sure they do.
I mean, what's going to happen when AI gets smart enough that it's just going to emulate both you and me, like including all my stutters and stammers and everything else, that you can't even tell the difference. And we just have it AI write the script and the AI perform for us, and we just lay in bed and just see those 7 viewers come in.
No, we create...
Which are also AI.
Yeah, we just need to create more AI audience members to listen to it. There's just nobody doing anything. It's all just doing itself for nothing.
Gross.
For nobody. Yeah, I mean, and I suppose the thing is at a certain point, it doesn't even need to come from us, right? One of our, not Ben Dale because he's not real, but
right.
One of our other patrons.
If he was real.
One of our other patrons could just say, hey, AU or AI, generate an episode of the Sleepless Nights podcast. We don't have to do. We're not even the middleman anymore.
Right.
They are creating our show for them without us.
Right. Create episode 151 so that we can hear a nod up. But I don't want Paul or Lobo involved. Just do it for me, and make it all Paul. And make it a Wakeless Days episode. But don't tell them.
Yeah. So we're screwed.
Yeah, that's the future of the industry, folks.
All right.
Yeah.
Good night forever.
Yeah. Well, we still got one more segment.
Oh my God!
We blew out.
God.
We blew out the ending. There's not even another page. I'm gonna have to prompt it to write one more segment. I'm like, please write 4 segments, and it only wrote 3.
Wow.
And I somehow feel dumb for that. It crapped out. It gave up in 3 segments. It gave up on our show in 3 segments when it's supposed to do it in 4.
Wow.
So maybe during our break, I'll prompt it to give us one more. We've come this far. We might as well have it right the ending.
We'll just grind it to the
and
very...
we'll see what it comes up with the ending. Hopefully Hans falls from that building in the end, because that's what everybody everybody wants, right?
I'm ready to jump off that building myself, honestly. God, that Garfield. You know, the newspaper has a new section full of games here. In here,
they make the newspaper anymore?
It's
all online.
No, they still have.
Did you print that out?
No, I didn't. No, a kid on a bicycle threw it at the studio, and it's here. We got it in black and white. Look, it's smearing off on my hands.
Smells funky.
Well, they have to use those new inks now made out of vegetable oil. Okay, anyway. And fish. Vegetable oil and fish, I think, is what they made the ink out of. Anyway, so I have this right here. It's a Sleepless Nights podcast with Mr. Lobo. Uber fans of the podcast crossword.
Wow.
Yeah, isn't this cool?
Does this mean we made it?
We've made it.
We've made it next to Garfield
and
Andy Cap and Marmaduke.
Exactly.
And Family Circle.
Family Circle. For certainly Circus, I think. Okay, here we go. I got my pencil here ready. Okay. This is number 1 across, Paul. Okay. 13 letters.
Mm-hmm.
Fan with a good roof over his head. And then the clue is Bestow TV YouTube member.
It's on the tip of my tongue. Dr. House? Is it Dr. House?
No. I think it's Michael Housel.
Oh, so close.
Yeah, Michael Housel. Yep, that fits. All right. Number 2. I need a blank. I need a blank? 7 letters?
Why do you need a blank?
I don't know what I need. 7 letters, though. Anita?
Well, it links up with the H from Michael Housel.
Oh, yeah, it goes right through it. Yes, okay, right with the H there. So Rivnik.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Anita Rivnik, of course. And then here's number 3 here.
Okay.
This is 4 letters.
Mm-hmm.
Bathroom McCallum.
Shit.
You can't say that. I think it's Sean. John McCallum. Wow.
That makes sense.
Here we go.
They wouldn't put next to Family Circle.
Not next to Family Circle, no. All right, now look at this. And right underneath is, look at the current super fans have their own word search.
Okay. Oh, look, right there's one. It's sticking right out.
Oh, yeah, right there. And
No,
then this
right next to that one.
No. This is, oh, there. Oh,
yeah,
I see that.
See, it goes up and down.
Yep, I see that. And this one goes straight across right here.
Mm-hmm. And that one's a zigzag.
You can't have a zigzag.
Sure, you can have a zigzag.
No,
See,
they're not going to have the name as zigzag.
But it makes a zigzag.
Oh, yeah. Oh, crap. All right. So it does. All right. Very cool. All right. Well, if you want to upgrade your newspaper subscription or, of course, join us for next month's recording, go to patreon.com/Sleepless Nights podcast. You can wrap newspaper around your gift, too.
Right.
If you want to do a gift membership, give a friend or a loved one, put their name in the show. Just go to patreon.com/Sleepless Nights podcast /gift.
Who knew?
We'll see all you members later in segment 5. Now, let's get back to the show. The want ads. This is segment 4, Paul.
This is segment 4.
Welcome.
So this is Hans falling off of Nakatomi Tower.
It would have been, yeah.
Would have been.
Would have been.
Had the AI actually written.
Yeah,
that
but
ending.
you had it. You've printed out some. Other
I asked
stuff.
it for another one.
Okay. Wow. So welcome back, everybody. I guess if you're just tuning in, we did Die Hard on a podcast or in a podcast.
Die Hard on a podcast because yes, Die Hard on a bus.
Yeah.
Die Hard
so this
in a tower. So yeah.
Die Hard on a podcast.
Die Hard on a podcast. As suggested by possibly an AI, Ben Dale.
Yeah, we had one of our fake Patreons recommend a fake idea that we then fakeified even more by putting it in something called AU, which is our fake version of AI.
And then he's going to fake listen to it later on.
And then he'll fake listen to it later on, yeah. Again, processing all of this, I feel kind of dirty. I feel stupid. But part of it's kind of exciting, too.
Mm-hmm. It's exciting and new.
I think that...
Come aboard.
We're
AI's expecting you. The AI bot.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Thank you. I had it rated for me 5 seconds ago.
The AI write that for you?
No.
The AI bot.
Would have been better.
Soon we'll be faking another show. The AI bot. Fun and excitement, we're in the know. Okay.
That's not what you said no, and I was thinking nude. So
in nude the nude.
Because nude rhymed with the other word.
No.
Exciting and nude.
Making another show, right? Soon we'll be making another show, right? There's something in the know. That's why I did it like that. You just always, you know what? You got one track mind. I think you should just wear pants to the studio, and then you wouldn't always be thinking about your nether regions.
Moving on.
So ABBAKISS, I'm surprised Smoke isn't coming out of ABBAKISS, because I feel like that we've been having her print out a lot of this stuff for us. This is... I always had a lot of thoughts about AI, and the thing about it that my biggest complaint is that you're giving away our most human traits, our most fun things, the things that they're supposed to reflect and express our personality. It's like, where's the AI doing our taxes for us? Where is the AI toiling to help make our jobs easier?
Where's the AI cleaning this damn office?
Seriously, because this place is a pigsty. Tate just gave up. Where's the AI that cleans the office? The AI that can fold a fitted sheet. Where's that AI? Mm-hmm. You know, why is it that we're still toiling and doom scrolling and stressing while the AIs are singing our songs for us and painting paintings for us and making sculptures for us and taking our children to the movies for us or whatever, buying Christmas presents? Why are we giving our most human things away? Remembering birthdays. It's like the things that make us human, the things that make us better people, we're letting robots do. And we're not learning anything. In fact, again, I feel dumber for doing this whole thing.
And with that being said, it's finally printed out, the final thing, which apparently segment 4 is an apology letter. It didn't even write a segment.
It knows to feel bad,
and it just apologized for having no ending for the segment.
Sorry, dog ate my homework.
Son of a...
This is why you can't get mad at AI, because it's like getting mad at the child, right?
Right.
Because the parents are the ones that teach it everything.
Well, I wrote the prompt, so I technically did teach it, so we taught it, right?
Yeah. So
this analogy is working so far.
So you're getting mad at the AI for being bad. They're not bad AIs, just misunderstood. You're getting mad at the AI, but it's like it's learning from us. It's just trying to be as stupid as we are.
You didn't think we could get any dumber, and the AI proves you wrong.
Whoa! Oh God, I've got a stomach ache from this. It's weird. Like, I wish I could express to the listeners the weird feeling, like that feeling that you've stolen something from yourself that you're never getting back. Mm-hmm. I feel like I'm made of straw right now. But it is cool, so let's keep reading. Okay.
All right.
So it says outro.
Didn't even say segment 4, just outro.
The AU apology.
Wow.
I love it. Outro, 60 to 65 minutes. The input was, please write this an hour long, so it should be 60 minutes. So why would the outro be 60 to 65? Our AU.
And why would it only be 5 minutes?
Why would our AU be 5 minutes over? It knows that we're always over.
Yeah.
It knows we're always over.
It knows that we're always over, but and I guess it also knows that we only write 5 minutes worth of content that we stretch to 15 minutes. It somehow is 2 steps ahead of us.
I am not playing chess with this thing later on.
No, it is going
It's going to initiate nuclear war.
Yeah, seriously. The only winning move is not to play. So anyhow, the first bullet point is me, and I guess I'll be me and you be you.
Okay. I mean, do you want to switch it up? I can do you.
No, it's fine. What?
This is my Mr. Oh, bother. This is my Mr. Lobo.
No bother.
Ha, I'm the genie.
So,
is that a good one?
No.
I could probably do Lopez better. I'm Mr. Lobo.
That's pretty, actually, that is a pretty good Mr. Lopez.
So are you Mr. Lobo? I think this would be grating after a while, though.
Yeah, it's already past being grating, so yeah, let's stop. So I say, oh, this is perfect, because this is exactly what I'm actually saying. Well, folks, that was a disaster.
Yeah, I don't think AU should write any more episodes.
Correction. AU is best writer. AU will now write all Sleepless Nights episodes.
Oh, no. Didn't we just spend the last segment talking about this?
I know.
What?
This is great.
No.
And then I say, oh, yes.
Oh,
no. Next episode, Titanic, but on a skateboard.
I quit.
Distorted theme music plays, cuts off mid-note. But honestly, seriously.
Yeah.
Think about that.
I'm back.
Think about this. No, seriously though.
All right, so
that's a pretty good suggestion.
What? Titanic on a skateboard?
Yes.
Titanic, but on a skateboard.
Radical. Look at that. Look, goosebumps. Tubular. I'll never let go, Jack. I'll never let go.
I'm on the top of the world. Grinding.
I'm grinding on the top of the world.
Thrashing on the top of the world. I'm catching wicked arrows.
Ollie me like one of your French girls. What's Rad Abrams doing? Call him up. Let's get him.
Let's call Rad.
I think we got the Rad Abrams movie
Better
going on.
call Rad right now. I'm Rad Abrams, skateboard attorney, presenting to you Titanic, but on a skateboard. I'm a hardcore skate punk like you, and I know the law, but more importantly, I know how to help you break it.
Did an iceberg sink your skateboard? I can get you compensation.
Oh my gosh, did you lose your skateboard in the Atlantic? I can help. I'm on your side. I'm Rad Abrams, skateboard attorney and podcast producer.
I mean, I feel we could really like spitball that. I mean,
yeah.
I mean, maybe we can enter that as a prompt and maybe get like a whole new like series. Like
wow,
we could do
like a whole spin-off.
We could do a whole spin-off of.
Maybe we could animate it even.
Right.
It could we could first do it as a podcast, but then we could just tell it to just animate the whole thing so people could
Well, if
see
we're going to
it.
go that far, have it just voice you and me, just have it emulate our voices.
Oh, yeah.
And then we don't even we just sit back and we just collect the 7 cents off of those 3 viewers.
Right. I mean, all those viewers are AI anyway.
Right. So it's virtual bucks.
Yeah, all the virtual bucks.
All the virtual
money. I can't wait. And we could have a virtual bank account to put it in.
Yeah.
Buy a bunch of virtual stuff.
Now, do you see there's a line? There's a line at the
us.
end of this. There's a line at the end of this script. Is it? Did it print out on you? There's
Well,
actually it's asking
okay.
a question.
There's a stroke here, and then there's a whole nother line underneath.
Is this a question to us, or is this a question to the viewers? Are we supposed to answer this?
You want me to read it?
I mean, it almost sounds like a tagline. Maybe you should read it as a tagline. Do the movie producer voice.
Would this be the worst or best episode ever? Who knows? But it sure would be
something.
I love that it knows our style enough that it falls on its ass. Is this our dominant trait of our work? Is that just falls on its Well, it was something.
It was something.
This really was something. Quite an experience.
So I was scanning back here. Here's the actual prompt that I actually put in there. What would an episode of the Sleepless Nights pODDcast with Mr. Lobo sound like if the A storyline is about Die Hard on a podcast and the B storyline is about poorly written AI incorrectly writing the hour-long episode? All references to AI, artificial intelligence, is instead AU, artificial unintelligence. Included in the intro is a bit where that pantsless producer Paul is confused by the use of AU because he thinks it's being used as an abbreviation for Australia. Mr. Lobo corrects him and says that the AU comes from DE, but the DE as in Germany is not DE in Delaware. Please write this really poorly and break it down into 4 15-minute segments, which it didn't do.
But you did ask it to write poorly.
I did ask it to write poorly.
So I guess you told it to do a bad job. But honestly, unless we are also fake, which is possible, you did give it some of its best points, which are all in the beginning of the podcast. And you didn't give it much for the ending.
Right.
And then you told it to do a bad job.
Which it did.
Which it did. So to a certain degree, you kind of get out what you put in.
Right.
Right?
But how did it still echo the podcast without actually ever listening to the podcast by that sentence alone, or not even sentence, that paragraph?
I mean, I guess you name dropped the podcast, so it probably scraped the whole podcast and listened to it. I would imagine it did.
Or found some sort
Is this ChatGPT?
Yeah.
So I would imagine that ChatGPT scraped the whole, probably listened to grabbed a bunch of random ones and listened to them, and then got our banter down and our dynamic down. Probably got the idea that a lot of it is made up. Probably got the idea that we things fall on their ass a lot, so that's pretty amazing. It's pretty incredible. It is still unsettling. Still unsettling. But, it is a little hopeful that it does seem to me that you definitely it definitely needs more from us than we think it does.
Right.
Because the stuff in the beginning was more properly explained, and the material in the beginning was more properly done. Mm-hmm. Whereas leaving it up to the AU to create the ending was probably the worst idea. If we had a good idea for the ending, it would have probably executed an idea for the ending.
I mean, I think my intentions were to put Dale's write-up that he gave us, and I didn't. I just, all it says is a storyline is about Die Hard on a podcast. That is it.
Yeah.
That is all.
And that's it did pretty good considering. I mean, that's the thing, is that it's like, even though it's kind of garbage, it's kind of good too. Yeah. Yeah. But is it? But is it?
But is it?
But is anything? Thanks for listening to the Sleepless Nights podcast, if that even what this is anymore. I'm Mr. Lobo, and possibly.
I'm that pantsless producer Paul, I think.
Or are we? Or are we AU? Or are you AU too? Hey, you. Sliders. On a bus. You have been listening to the Sleepless Nights podcast, or should we say, pODDcast.
pODDcast.
Emphasis on the odd. Our theme is by Mars Homeworld at Deadhouse Music. Our opening announcement is by Ophelia Necro. She does a radio show called Suicide Watch. Patreon supporters get to hear this podcast before anyone else, and a lot of other great stuff, right, Paul?
Sure.
Doesn't get it better than that, right? So come join the fun at
patreon.com/Sleepless Nights podcast.
Please stay up with us next week for another Sleepless Nights podcast. Or should we say, pODDcast.
pODDcast.
The best thing about being an insomniac is never having to say goodnight.
Good night.